What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night. I think it's the 13th of May. Again, can't keep track of the days anymore. Tonight started out pretty fun, but then it ended up being kind of disappointing. I was on my mage and I was doing some keys with my friends, the guys that I played with on the tournament realm, and did okay in the first one, and then in the second one I found out that the guy playing tank was not switching to protection Azeroth traits. He was running full Fury Azeroth traits and didn't have the money to switch, and hadn't told us, didn't think to bring it up. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. Just so that we can time a key, I'm going to get on my warrior. So I got on the warrior, we timed the key, ended up trying another one with the warrior, but it was a 16 shrine, and it did not go well. Got as far as we could. 52 minutes in, my brother ended up having to leave. I was just really frustrated, and so I spent part of the night just chatting. My brother hung out for a bit in Discord before he had to get off. Excuse me. And then I ended up hanging out with a friend watching an episode of Ozark on Netflix instead of going to bed. I've had trouble sleeping when I want to go to bed earlier anyway, so figured tonight I'd stay up a little later, see if it changes how well I'm able to sleep. But yeah, I think when it comes to WoW, I'm at an interesting turning point because it's becoming fairly obvious to me that for the rest of the expansion, it's kind of a wash. MDI is over. Pushing Raider IO is not necessarily that fulfilling. And I think I've spent a lot of time just getting away from my roots and the things that make me happy when I play the game. So the two classes that excite me the most, as I said the other day, are Mage and Priest. And I'm starting to highly consider, rather than transferring characters, just re-rolling back on Alliance. I transferred to Horde about 1.5 years ago and just have not had as good a time since. I think that initially it was a fun change. I'd been playing Alliance for so long, but I think it's nice to have the alts there to experience the story from the other side, since I am such a lore nerd when it comes to WoW. But I think that I just feel more at home in Alliance. It feels more like my home faction. I feel so much more what's the word I'm looking for? I feel very, like, it feels like it comes very native to me. It fits my nature. And so I'm much more attracted to playing on that side and identify with it. That's the word I was looking for. I identify much more with that faction in the story, thanks to how I've played it over the years, and also just the races on that side are characters that have stories that I enjoy more. And so on that note, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Haven't made any decisions. I think right now it's going to be a pretty slow time. Much like quarantine, it may just be a fun opportunity to start over and look at the kind of a clean slate, free of all the obligations and connections and things that I feel like have been, in a way, a lot of times have been kind of weighing me down. Not necessarily an achievement, but I feel like they are getting in the way between me and my goal by me trying to maintain some connections and relationships, like with my guild and things like that. I need to be a little bit selfish if I'm going to be successful. So for now, that means having fun. For now, that means reestablishing my connection with the game and remembering why I love it so much and making sure that I spend more time doing the things that I do love on the characters that I love. So going to be selfish for a while in a way that makes me happy. I think it's something that everybody should do no matter what you're doing. You got to spend time on yourself and invest in yourself and let yourself be happy. And sometimes that means focusing on yourself, which can be selfish, but that's the healthy kind of selfish. So on that note, I'm going to go to bed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow.